QACC, how do you select your executive? Do you make sure that all African members have, a say in decision making? How do you select your executive?
Actually, that's a very good question. When you look at an umbrella association, if you want to create impact in an institution as diverse as QACC is, then you need to reflect that diversity. That diversity in terms of the decisions you make, that diversity in terms of projects, but that diversity in terms of leadership. For instance, in
are we all members of QACC?
Yeah.
Yes. So actually that gives you the answer before I go into other details. You can see the diversity we already have here in QACC. But going back directly into the leadership issue, to make sure that the policies we make reflect actually those real issues on the ground. For instance, as a president from Rwanda, my vice president is from Sierra Leone, my secretary is from Zimbabwe, my community engagement officer is from Burundi.
A bowl of fruit salad.
Yeah, so you can see how diverse we are in terms of the leadership of QACC, and that translates to the decisions that we make.
But there's no conscious effort to achieve that diversity in the leadership. It just happens.
I think we saying that there's no conscious effort would be ignoring the fact that we also try as much as possible to consider or factor that into the leadership. There is a conscious way that we do approach the diversity, ensuring that the diversity is reflected in the leadership. We try as much as possible to make sure that the leadership is very diverse, so that we get to understand and we get to provide appropriate interventions in different communities.
Uncle Danny, do you have anything to say about?
No. I think it's laudable that they are able to achieve that on behalf of the different groups that come under that umbrella. Because it's a very difficult area, and that representation.
To be honest, I heard of QACC about 2 years ago. I've been here for the past 12 years. Mm-hmm. So.
But I don't think QACC is not a very older association grouping. It was formed under 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was formed under 10 years ago.
Exactly.
It's actually, its achievements actually very dramatic and very significant when you look at the age of QACC, the dynamics, the structure of QACC, managing 58,000 African Australians across Queensland, and member associations extending to capture the 54 countries, as well as interest groups within those African countries represented across Queensland. I think the achievement has been very tremendous.
Is there any advice to the general public from anybody? Because that brings us to the end of the discussion.
I would quickly say, if you have not engaged with your community association, and I say maybe your specific country, or even with QACC, please try and do that. Given that most of these community associations are run, by volunteers, but they make that decision to commit their time, their skills to try and get us together. It's not really possible sometimes to reach out and get everybody. For example, the new arrivals, we in the Nigerian Community Association would love to engage as many people as soon as they step foot in Queensland, but we may not have the resources or the ability to do that efficiently all the time. So it's also helpful to have people who really want to be part of the association to reach out, find your kith and kin around you, and we find that, or in my personal experience, most of the people, the arrivals or migrants who actually reach out to come and find the association and want to join the association are the ones that contribute the most. They are the ones who really want to be part of it.
Nkusana,
I would just
any
say,
advice to the young people out there?
Yeah, I would say if you're a young African living anywhere, if you're globally, because we're a global organization, so if you're between 18 to 28 and you're passionate about African development, we want to hear from you. We're an independently run company, public company limited by guarantee. So we're for young Africans, by young Africans, and we're trying to drive.
What is this age mark?
The age mark.
Does that mean when you're 29 above you are old? Is that what it is?
Yeah, well,
Oh, really?
I'm very old.
not so much, not so much.
You are that,
It's just sort of, we're looking at African millennials, young Africans who can relate to where we are right now in our lives. So I mean, we have a group called our elders, who are people older than 20.
Now I feel so old.
Then for us, you're old, but yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to join the Council of Elders.
Assembly of the
QACC, is there any advice?
I think the advice I would give each and every African Australian in Queensland is it's very important to link to your association in one way or the other. It's very important to engage in activities of QACC, and the reasons for that is that no one can ever deal with the issues today, day-to-day issues of education, of unemployment, of immigration and settlement alone. You need someone to join and be able to have that collective bargaining as well as have that extra support. And that person is either your association, QACC, CIALA, or any other interested group.
People are not aware that they can get, that help from the association.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure African Australians, I'm very much convinced African Australians know where to get that support. They know African associations exist across Queensland. They know Queensland African Communities Council exists. We have the website, we have contact details. We are everywhere in the community. We organize big events as big as Africa Day Festival that attracts over 7,000 people across Queensland. Mm-hmm. So for someone to say they are not aware about those services, perhaps they may not be aware, but we have opportunities where they can really get that information, and that's through our website, Queensland African Communities Council, or even Google any of the African associations across Queensland. It could be Nigerians, Ghanaians, Tanzanians, Somalis, Burundians, and try, like the other panelists said, it's always good to make an effort, given that the leaders here are doing so much work, but in a voluntary capacity. They do invest a lot of resources to make sure they support the community. So it's always important for the community and individuals also to reciprocate that effort and try to get in touch with those leaders.
Ghana.
Look, if you feel energized enough, you feel motivated, the association is about you. They're about your welfare. They're about representing your needs to all the government levels, and you can participate. All your different skill sets, enthusiasm will be welcome, and you can contribute in diverse ways. There is a place for everyone. And if you feel that for whatever reason you haven't been connected with these, please don't feel lonely. It is about you. And get in touch with these groups. They mean well. They talk to governments, they talk to city councils, and they're about getting the best outcomes for you. Entertainment, social being is part of why we're human beings. And if you can see that, the growth of all associations and their journeys, you can see that they're looking at improving on how they do things and make their situation better. Your involvement is what will achieve these goals. So get involved.
Nigeria.
Actually, there's not a lot more to say, except we invite everyone out there, try and get to know your association. Yes, just like I've said before. And it would be also nice for the various associations to work together. I think we will achieve a lot more, and also even with the young ones and with QACC, of course, being the peak body, if we can do functions and events together, I think we'll make a bit more impact in this society.
Yeah.
I think my message to any new Sierra Leonean out there is you don't have to attend, you don't have to be part of the Sierra Leone community, but we would like you to know that you're welcome. if you do decide to come, there is a place for each and every Sierra Leonean in the community, and that there are two huge aspects of it. There's an aspect wherein most Sierra Leoneans that I know in Queensland are self-sufficient. They pretty much don't need anything from anyone. However, there are those who need assistance from others. So that's one part. That part, if you have enough that you can offer to others, our community provides that avenue for you to share your knowledge, your expertise, to support the vulnerable ones within our community. Secondly, for those who need assistance, our community also provides assistance through the expertise that we have, that are members of the community, to support those who are needed. So if you need assistance, you can get in touch with us, and we'll be there to support you or to refer you to somebody that can support you. Your needs may be diverse. It can just be you need somewhere to just socialize, somewhere for your kids to learn the local language back home, somebody that you can just talk to. You're most welcome to get in touch with us, and we are open to that. And I also want to mention that it's just to clarify that community leaders are not paid to do what we do. And most community leaders that I have met are motivated to give. They're motivated to support the vulnerable ones within the community. So there's this myth about whether community leaders actually get some money from the council or the local government or state government and so on. I just want to clarify that community leaders are actually not paid. We do a voluntary work, and we use our personal resources to fostering our community, to make it grow and flourish so that it can serve each and everyone. So if you have something to offer or you need something, you're most welcome to come on board and be part of this, the change that you want to see. And lastly, I want to congratulate you, Nana, for establishing, this A to A talk show.
Africa to Australia.
Yes, Africa to Australia talk show. It's really good to see that people within our community actually rising up to present, organize, put things in place that can showcase the wealth of contribution that Africans are making to other Africans and to Australia as a whole. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Last but not the least,
Tanzania. For Tanzania, our membership is not just limited to Tanzanians. The doors are open to any people from any country.
We who are interested.
Australians who are members to the associations. We have Kenyan, Congo, although they list their citizenship whether they are Congolese or Tanzanians, but we still don't ask any questions. As far as you want to be a member of Tanzania Association, you are welcome. So I would love to extend that welcome. I think it's a legacy which were given by our first president, late Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, whereby our doors are open for any other community member from diverse background to come and join our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming. So grateful for you to represent your country and your association. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, viewers, for having the time to stick around for this show. But before I go, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our sponsors, Adonai Virgin Hair. They sell all types of virgin hair, 100% pure quality virgin hair. Please contact them on 040-6913-212 or Facebook as Adonai Fashion Collections, and they are on Instagram as Adonai Virgin Hair. Tuntifadi Designs, the dress that you see me wearing on the show is from Tuntifadi Designs. They will design the best style for you. So if you want any dress for any occasion, contact Tuntifadi Design. They are on Facebook as Tuntifadi Designs, and they are on Instagram as Tuntifadi Design. Botre Ellis Migration Consultant. They will act on your behalf with immigration, so you can get the best or the legal document to travel to Australia. So if you want to come to Australia, or if you want any member of your family to migrate to Australia, contact Butchie Ellis Migration Consultant. They are on Facebook, and also their website is www.butchieellis.com.au. Thank you for sticking around. Bye.